Hi guys, namaste. So this is how I warm up my legs before I go into my contortion practice. First one is I'm stretching my quads. I'm going to inhale here, pull my pelvis forward. So it's an anterior pelvis tilt. Pull my ribs back and go and lean against the wall. Some of you may not be able to go back this far, so if you need to, you can come out, but make sure you're pulling yourself back here. From here, I'm holding a nice deep stretch. Making sure you're also pushing the other hip back in place as well. If you want to add a little bit, you could lean to the side, whichever side you feel a little bit more pull. I like to lean to this side and breathe a little bit deeper, really extending up and pushing back into the wall. Once I've held here, I'm going to do both sides, of course. I'm going to come down. If I have a side also, which is my right side, that's less open, I tend to hold that a bit longer. And now I want to work into the hip flexors. Now to work into the hip flexors, I'm not sinking in my chest. I'm still keeping my chest tall and I'm pushing down through this area. See how I'm sinking down without opening up. And I like to put my hand into the back, right between the thigh and the glute, where that little crease is, and pushing down. That just opens it up a little bit more for me as a human, and getting deeper into it, really staying up tall, pulling in the ribs and sinking down, breathing deeply. And once I've done this again, I hold for 20 to 30 seconds. You can either extend out into your half splits, holding here. You can have blocks under your hands, chest is up. However, I extend out here into my full splits here. So I'm extending out to make it square. Rotate here, okay, and so I can make the hips square by rotating, or coming down and crossing over but lengthening through the spine. Now you can also point your toes or flex. It's totally up to you what you want to do here. And to take it an extra bit further, I bring the back leg down and I release into it a little bit deeper. Now these are all a bit more advanced, so bear that in mind. Go back up to the half split. If you're finding this too advanced, head back up to here and stay here with your blocks. And slowly over time, you will develop that. Remember, this took me years of development. Now lastly, what I want to do is to go into my hip flexor. To go into my hip flexor, I'm going to bring this off the wall slightly, and I'm going to rotate my leg, okay? So I can come down into the hip flexor here. So I can see my leg rotates now here in towards the center of the body, and I'm going to sink down into this point here. From here, I'm going to inhale up and exhale. Inhale and exhale, finding the wall with my hands. Now, once I find the wall, I want to find my foot and I want to find my head to my foot. So I'm lifting up out of it to get my head to my foot. Once I found my head to the foot, I'm going to inhale here and exhale, keeping my head to the foot, sink down into my hip flexors. Inhale here, head comes back to the foot. Exhale, sink down into the hip flexors. Inhale, head to foot. And you might lift up a little bit, exhale, sink down into the hip flexors. So I'm really feeling a pull through here. Now, if you can't bend back, so remember this is more advanced, you could just work with having your foot here rotated and think about sinking down here, lifting up and pushing down through this area here. And here are the ways that I warm up my legs before I go into deeper back bends and contortion work. Couple of things for you to try if it's something for you. Remember, you can take it to your level and decrease components. As I mentioned to you, it's not about where I am, it's about where you are. It's about a feeling, not a shape. Don't forget to subscribe and thumbs up, and have a great day.